Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and here we are everybody, the finale for One Punch Man Season 1. If you came from Dion's channel, I've got his stream on mute for the moment just to record this, because obviously I don't need that in my recording. But yeah, I am not a racist, for those of you who are probably wondering. He's only saying that because someone in my, one of his, ex-supporters at the time had called him a nigga, N-I-G-G-A, not the hard R. And, you know, usually that word is, you know, slang for, like, homie, friend. And I think that at the time, the guy used it in an ironic way because they had, you know, he had become an ex-supporter at the time, I think. And, currently, that person and I have not really talked because, well, he's not on my server anymore. He's got his own server, so I haven't really talked to him. So it's not like we're not on speaking terms, it's just we just haven't talked. It's just, you know, just people moving apart, you know. But that's what he was referring to, the whole racist thing. He acts like just because I allowed the kid to say nigga instead of, you know, the other one, that it's bad and that I'm a racist. That's just stupid. I have three male black co-workers at my work. I get along really well with all three of them. And one of them was actually there when I started working there. So I don't know what he's talking about. I have female friends who are black. I don't know what he's talking about. He obviously does not know me in my personal life. He only knows what I have told him on the phone. So I figured I'd let you guys know that no, I am not a racist. I don't condone cyberbullying. The only reason we even formed a Discord to get rid of him on YouTube is because of how he had treated us in the past, and we didn't want anybody else going through that. Because there would be times where he would call me on the phone and just start threatening me, just start insulting me. I just couldn't stand that anymore, especially after he threatened my nephews. He was essentially said something about wanting to kill them, and I'm like, oh no, you just crossed the line there. You could threaten me all you want, but you ain't threatening my nephews. Yeah, Mama Bear came out, even though I'm technically their aunt, but still, you know, Mama Bear's claws came out, and I told her, no, I don't condone that, and then we started going back and forth arguing with each other, and I just hung up on him. I was done with him. And I still am, but I was like, no, nobody deserves death threats. So I tried to help, but no. And also the whole Ryan and Joshi thing. Yes, they did do things that probably weren't nice at the time, but Ryan is trying to move on. He's trying to go on with his life and keep Dion out of his life, but Dion just keeps pulling Ryan right back in. Or is trying to by mentioning him. So, yeah. That whole thing about recording his meltdowns as well, that was for evidence on how he treats people, because some people would say, oh, we're just haters. Well, we got evidence against him. It's just like the whole Sululu thing where where the haters are, you know, people who actually have hard evidence on what she's done, and she just expects people to take her word for it, just like Dion. Get out of the fridge. Sorry. Anyway, sorry, I figured I'd let you guys know what's going on with all that, what Dion was talking about and everything, since you guys probably don't know. But all this was back in, like, I think we cut ties in, I don't know if it was, I think it was 2018. Is it 2018 or 2019? I can't remember off the top of my head. My memory is really bad. And anyway, about when it comes to how I would not care about his mental health, I did. I tried to help him. I tried to offer advice on, you know, his YouTube channel, because that's the one thing he would mostly complain about is how he compares himself to. Like I said, I would try to help him, give him advice as best as I can, let him know that, you know, the whole comment thing about how nobody comments, that everybody deals with that. How people will subscribe and not comment. How people will subscribe and not watch the stuff. It's just, I would try to help him with that, and he acts like he listens to what I have to say, but he wouldn't take my advice. Because there's a difference between listening to somebody's advice and actually taking their advice and applying it. Because, like, for example, I would tell him with the whole cartoon reactions, if he's gonna do them, he shouldn't put them up on YouTube. Because that's the whole reason why he lost all those channels. Because, well, they got taken down due to copyright. That's what I tried to tell him, but he wouldn't listen to me, and look where his channels went. Anyway, I figured I'd let you guys know the health situation with that. We have all tried to move on, essentially, from all this whole stuff, but it's just, he won't move on. He won't stop talking about it. Anyway, Timmy, if you're the one who subscribed, I really appreciate it. Anime is awesome, but you don't have to subscribe just because I told you about my channel. I want you to subscribe because you enjoy the content. Anyway, the finale from One Punch Man. It's probably going to be brief, but Saitama ends up fighting, the head guy, obviously. And, surprise, surprise, he doesn't go down in one punch. And I don't know if this excites him or not. Oh my god, seriously. I wish I could mute that out. Just so I don't have to deal with that in the video itself. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if this excites Saitama or not because it's kind of hard to tell with his face. With that blank stare on his face, it's kind of hard to tell whether he's actually excited or not. Because every opponent he's faced so far has gone down in one punch. So to find somebody who doesn't go down in one punch is very different. Anyway, they end up fighting and causing a lot of destruction to the ship. And this doesn't seem to faze Saitama at all when it comes to damage. And he ends up taking the guy out with, I don't know how many punches he took, but he finally, stopped the guy. He finally beat the guy. And the ship ended up, I don't know if it was the ship going down with it, but I think it was. I think the ship did go down with that fight, but they end up capturing what was left of the crew. And a Mask decides to finally show up after all this is taken care of and gets mad at everybody because the city was essentially destroyed. And I'm like, who cares about the city? That can be rebuilt. The people many people survived. If it would have been a lot less people surviving, if any at all, had they not done anything, what they did. So, yeah, getting mad at them about the city being destroyed, that's just stupid. It's just like the whole thing in episode 7, I think. Because, yeah, if it hadn't been for Saitama and the others, there would have been a lot more casualties. Anyway, and then he goes over to the freaking captured aliens and just kills them all. And I'm like, why did you do that? They could have given more information, for example. They could have given more information on if there was another invasion coming or anything. They could have gotten valuable information from them, but no, he decided to kill them. I don't know if that was because he wanted to show he contributed to this whole thing or what, but I don't really like this guy. But one of the other heroes, I don't know if it was Zombie Man or what, but somebody came over to Genos after this whole thing and told him that Metal Knight is the real enemy. I'm like, oh, that's for season 2. Anyway, everybody essentially is trying to get back to normal after this whole city thing was destroyed, and everybody's just, I guess, getting back to normal. Thankfully, all the heroes managed to survive, thank God. And I don't know when I'm picking up season 2, but I will try and pick it up at some point in the future. I just don't know when. Just depends on how fast I can finish shows. Anyway, I apologize for the long rant on Dion. I just figured I'd let my news people know from Dion's channel what's going on. Anyway, I will see everybody next time.